Automotive engine oils are complex blends of chemical products that ensure the optimum performance from your vehicle's engine. They help reduce emissions, improve fuel economy, and deliver the performance that vehicle owners expect and vehicle manufacturers demand. In this short video, we'll be looking at how quality management of the blending process is essential to a finished engine oil making claims against the ACEA engine oil sequences. After the finished lubricant has been blended from a mixture of approved base oils, additives, viscosity modifier and pour point depressant, then it needs to be checked to ensure it is compliant with its own technical specification and performance claims. The blending process should be carried out under a quality management framework like ISO 9001 or equivalent, either by yourself as the lubricant marketer or by your toll blender if this part of the process is outsourced. Each blended batch should be identifiable through a batch code, which is accurately recorded in blend records along with the raw materials used to make up the finished lubricant. To ensure an audit trail from end user to the specific blend, a batch code should also be displayed prominently on the product packaging or delivery records in the case of bulk. At the end of the blending process, the batch should be quarantined pending quality checks. Only when the blend has been passed through these checks should it be released from quarantine and shipped to your customer or distributor. The manufacturer must define and implement a suitable quality assurance plan for the batches manufactured, if necessary, specifying the frequency of testing for the selected parameters to ensure consistent product quality. During quarantine, a sample of the blended batch should be taken and tested. The types of checks carried out should include regular testing of key physical and chemical properties as specified in the ACEA engine oil sequences. Examples of tests include sulfated ash, high temperature, high shear, NOAC volatility, TBN and SAPS or KV100, sulfur and phosphorus. Test limits of chemical and physical characteristics are given in the performance dataset or the candidate data pack that should be readily available from your technology provider or additive company. In the tests, the lubricant marketer is seeking to ensure that the blended batch sample matches the performance profile.
It is important to bring a standard for the market, for the lubricant market, for the engine lubricant market. It assures that there is a technical and performance standard when these commercial product formulations match with the formulations of the ACEA performance datasets.
Test results should be recorded in the certificate of analysis for each batch blended, and samples of each blend retained for a minimum of 6 months, but ideally 1 year after release for audit purposes. The lubricant marketer must also decide whether they should apply a shelf life to the product's packaging if there is a risk of separation in the product over time, leading to the product not performing in the engine as would be expected. Remember that the shelf life of additives may vary from that of the finished lubricant. If the blend sample is within specification, then the product can be safely released from quarantine. However, if the product is out of specification, then corrective action is needed to be taken. Corrective action would depend on the severity of the non-conformance. It could mean adjusting the formula in the blend to bring it back into specification, or at worst, if the blend is contaminated, then writing off the blend.
ACEA performance datasets brings a standard for the lubricant marketers. When lubricant marketers formulate their commercial products, they make sure that it complies with the formulation of ACEA performance datasets.
If changes are made to the finished blend after manufacture, then a second stage of testing its physical and chemical properties may be necessary. In cases where manufacturing of products is performed on behalf of a third party, the lubricant marketer retains responsibility for the integrity of the brand name and ultimate liability for all aspects of product quality. The lubricant marketer must therefore ensure through an appropriate auditing or monitoring scheme that the lubricants are always manufactured in compliance with the ATIEL and ATC codes of practice. The ACEA engine oil sequences reflect the exacting standards of automotive light and heavy-duty engines that are developed to the stringent requirements of vehicle manufacturers. For more information on the ATIEL Code of Practice, visit www.atiel.eu.